this is not a keepable hand. Let's redraw it. I do get the Alu, though. I haven't had Alu yet. I'm really excited to actually get that card online. This is a nice hand. We've got all of our colors. We've got the Black Iron Manacles. Miris Nightshade gets bigger when you have a Black Iron. It's got the Alu, which I haven't been able to run yet. So I'm excited about this. Especially, ooh, nice. I need another Primal so I can get Alu online. We've got quite a few turns for that to happen. I need another power in general just to get Black Iron. Hopefully we're okay with that. Give our opponent just a touch of poison. Just a touch.
Just a touch of poison.
I imagine that I'm going to Feeding Time before I Manacles. I'd like to because of the Alu, but we'll see what happens. Devastating Setback. Oh my goodness. That actually is pretty good against us. That's a scary card. Give me some good stuff. I'm going to throw away one Feeding Time. Just one. This will get us our Primal. It seems like we're against Felon Control here, which could be a problem. We've got some really good cards against them. Things like Azindel's Gift probably just end the game. But we have to hope that they don't have a big threat by then. Which is kind of why I'm throwing away the Feeding Times, because generally, you're going to lose a lot of... You're not going to be able to Feeding Time their champion at Cunning anyways. Opponent kills our creature, and then sits and waits. And waits. And waits. There we go. Okay. You get to play the game. Now the question is, do I wait and try and get the Alu value, or do I just Black Iron? I think the answer is I just Black Iron, but it could very well be that I want to play Alu. Considering that all the defenses are down, Black Iron doesn't seem like a bad idea. And their deck is pretty slow. We're going to wait on the Alu until we have a curse fairly soon coming up so we can slam it. Ooh, we're short a Primal. A Shadow. Azindel's Gift is so good, though. Throw away the Feeding Time? I don't really want to do that. I guess I could get rid of a Primal. Maybe it is Feeding Time. I do have the Winter's Grasp. Problem is I know that... Yeah, we're going to have to target it twice. Like, it's almost certainly going to be a champion of Cunning, which means we're going to have to, like, Feeding Time, pop the Aegis, and stun it with Winter's Grasp. Something like that. Or it's a Gorgon Fanatic. Because why wouldn't it be a Gorgon Fanatic? Glad I have Feeding Time. So I guess that there's Scream? They don't seem like a Scream deck. Devastating Setback is not good in Scream. That's a lot of damage. Cool. When they ditched the Grasping at Shadows, nice. It's a good one for them to bin for us.
Darkness, take you.
Let's let darkness take them. Oh, baby, they don't even have anything? That's so good for us, then. Play the Crest. Ooh, Feeding Time seems okay. Since now we know that they're actually on the Scream deck, that's a little bit better. And I think that I Winter's Grasp this for the value. Plus I also get Nightfall again, which deals them more damage. Seems very useful for us.
This night will be your last.
That one's a little scary, but we have the Feeding Time. I mean, I could Azindel's Gift them. I mean, they just... What am I doing? They are just dead if I do this. Wait a minute. They're dead. Right. Math. Welcome to my channel, everybody. I like this hand. This hand is good. Not insane, but Strategize should let us get anything that we want. We're gonna go for Shadow here. We only need double Primal, but we do need triple Shadow eventually for the Azindel's gift. Encroaching Darkness kind of shenanigans. I think Encroaching Darkness is that much. I can honestly say I don't remember off the top of my head if it's 3 or not. I think that it is. Gotta imagine it is. Ooh. I'll put 1 Primal back. Keep a couple of Crests. Because we're gonna need less power here. Ooh, Malediction Reader. Like that. Interesting idea. We're coming up against a lot of decks that are good for us, and they missed hitting a power. Nice. Because I feel like these slow green-blue shadow like kind of decks are just too slow for what we're trying to do. We get a couple of Manacles on them, and then the game takes a long time, and Manacles gets really good if they're not doing anything. It's not a particularly great card, but if your opponent is on a really slow kind of controlling list, Shadow, it just lets you get a ton of extra damage in and pressures them in a way that they can't really answer. Their deck is built around probably killing creatures. I'm not going to have a lot of ways to get rid of curses. That is a thing. Amethyst, Waystone, and maybe I shouldn't have Amethyst. I should have actually played the Winter's Grasp and the Primal Sigil so that I'm not wasting Nightfall, because now I don't want to do this because I'm losing a little bit on Nightfall. I think I just wait. I want a Malediction Reader and Permafrost is the thing. They'll gain a little bit of life back, but then I can Malediction Reader them. Okay, so they're the, like, weird kind of off-color Echo Mokto. Everybody is on Mokto. I guess I wouldn't call it Echo Mokto since there's no Echo. But, yeah, they're probably, like, you know, Shadow Justice, Primal Mokto.
What is written can be erased.
Stun up that bad boy. And then we're probably going to Feeding Time the other one as soon as possible. If we get another power, we'll just Malediction Reader and Winter's Grasp, because that seems good. Alright. I did get got. Ooh, extra damage from the Manacles. Nice. 3/3. Yeah, let's just Feeding Time this. Kinda sucks if they get a Mokto, but we do have the Winter's Grasp for it, so hopefully that's good. Do I have any curses in the yard yet? No. Yep, they've got the Mokto. I'm just gonna stun it. I mean, Nightfall plus the Manacles is probably gonna kill them here anyways. Black Sky Harbinger. This is a weird deck. This is a weird deck. Oh, we're so close. I just needed a power so we could Malediction Reader here too. That's okay. We'll go Winter's Grasp. I think I just pass so I can keep as much Nightfall as possible. We want to be able to extend it over and over. Another Black Sky. Yeesh. Okay. It's so close to killing them.
What is written can be erased.
So very, very close. They'll have removal for the Malediction Reader is the problem. Yep.
Trust in your skills.
Wow. All that life gain. It's just gonna be enough, isn't it? I think it is. I think it is.
What is written can be erased.
Needed another curse here. We're so close. It's so close I can taste it, but we're not going to be able to get there. Oh my goodness. The third Unseen Commando. That's incredibly, incredibly good for them. So, so sick. What a hit. That's insane. Yeah, we can't beat that now. That's just too good of a draw. Well, it was close. Very interesting game. They hit really, really well. All these lifesteal units. Man. Like, Mokdos we could have beaten very easily. We would have been fine with Mokdos, but... Yep. Just hit every lifesteal unit in their deck. That's a problem. Close game, though. Very interesting. Man, it was right on the edge the whole time. Alright, let's go to 3. Trying to think about what I could have done differently that last game, but we just needed more answers. They had so many good threats after that turn 6. They just constantly landed exactly what they needed. I've got to imagine they were top decking some of those Unseen Commandos because they didn't drop 2 in a turn when they could have. Do I keep this? I think I keep this. I haven't seen the Skywalk Enforcer yet. That's interesting. I mean, I've got the Strategize, so I think this is fine. Strategize lets you keep a lot of marginal hands. Hoping that we get the more aggressive start with the Skywalk Enforcer here. Ooh, and Darkveil Agent. Okay. They look kind of aggressive. Just the color combination makes me think that they're aggressive. We'll see. Don't torch it. I feel like this is a very, very strong card if we can get it to get Aegis. Comes hard to remove, and then everything else we have becomes very hard to remove. Hoping that the Nightfall gives us one of our power cards. Come on. Yes, kind of. I'm going to go for the fire. Little bit dicey. We need double Shadow, double Primal eventually. But those are pretty easy for us to get normally. Yeah, there we go. Easier anyways. With only one actual fire sigil, we have some crests and some seats and things like that. But with only the one sigil, it can get a little dicey. Never catch me alive. Alright. I don't need you alive. I need you dead. The voice line of no witnesses is pretty great. Things that I have not yet heard. If they don't have the removal, man, we have such a sweet follow-up. Elude Death Dreamer and then get everything with Aegis is so sick. Alright, I mean, that's annoying, but... Don't kill Elu? Maybe? Maybe? And I can get Aegis on everything? I mean, it sucks with Skywalk Enforcer being stunned already, but... Double Torch? Oh, gross. That sucks. They had to use 2 spells for it, so I guess that's kind of helpful. Sad. I can try again with Skywalk Enforcer Winter's Grasp to get the Nightfall and give Aegis to the other Skywalk Enforcer. See what our opponent does. Champion of Fury. Yeah, this is a weird list. Some kind of weird variant on Skycrag aggro, I guess. Bottom that.
No witnesses.
Let's get Nightfall again. Which does lead us into a very likely scenario of them having removal for this again, but with the colors that they are, they really need a Permafrost. Torch doesn't do it. They already used Double Torch. I can't imagine they have that many. Wow. 3 of them, and they didn't attack with 1. Huh. Okay. It's a pretty insane start from our opponent. Do I want a Skywalk Enforcer? Not really, because it doesn't block that well against it. I think I bottom that. I'm kind of curious if they'll actually trade. I need a stun first so that Skywalk Enforcer gets the plus. Okay, it's probably better to just get the damage in. Wasn't sure if I actually wanted to do the extra damage, or if it was better to trade off the 4-2 for the 2-2. Caleb's choice. Oh, wow. Oh, great, Daring Pioneer. Darn it. At least it was just the Vara's favor. I kind of forgot because it was stunned. They were still going to sacrifice the first time we play a spell. This is an interesting race. So do they... Oh, wow, they had Obliterate. Okay, fair enough. Guess if I'd left this back, then we might have been fine. Yeah, I should have been less aggressive. I'm kind of curious what we would have drawn. Just hoping they didn't have the Double Torch and the Obliterate, but they kind of had it all. What would the next card have been? Miris Nightshade. Yeah, we could have won off of Miris Nightshade because we play it, ultimate it, and they get a curse. Skywalk Enforcer goes up to 7 damage, and that plus the Nightfall probably kills them. Yep. Yeah, I think that we could have had a really good chance. I'd have to think about it a little bit more. I'll go back and look at the exact life totals in that game, because I can't remember what they would have been at if we hadn't attacked the Darkveil agent. I'm not entirely certain where they'd be. Just have to double check that. Close game anyways. We've had a lot of close ones. These have been very interesting. There's a lot of really, really weird lists running around right now, which is fun, because it seems like once the meta got shook up by the new patch, people have finally started brewing some new different things and are attacking in a lot of odd angles. Let's go in for game 4. Slow, but I'll keep it. We've got the Crest. I think that makes it worthwhile. If they're not aggressive, then we're probably in okay shape. I'm going to keep the Wisdom on top. But if they're not an aggro deck, I think we're fine. Minotaurs? Oh no, they're super aggro gunslingers, I guess? Yeah, there's a lot of really, really weird lists running around, like I said. There are some weird ones. Hey look, if it's not this exact type of deck that I didn't want to face. Why do I even bother talking? Should never, ever, ever say anything. Every time that I mention it, it is exactly the worst possible thing. Whee! I'm going to Wisdom. I know I could have played Darkveil Agent and possibly stopped some damage, but I don't really want to give them the card either. Now I can drop both of them, but I can also just Feeding Time the Stone Scar Sneak, which might be okay. I think we'll do both. If they want to pay 3 to get a 4-1 in again, I'm okay with that. I can Feeding Time it afterwards. Or, honestly, probably play a Lu. I'm more worried about a bigger creature. Like, they might have, like, a Champion of Chaos or something like that. I'm more worried about a Cha-Cha than I am about them spending 3 a turn to get a 4-1. Attack with both, but not activating Sneak. What? They have double Vara's favor? That's about the only thing that makes sense. am so confused. I think I just leave it?
Draw, mister.
Okay. I left it because I really wanted to get the Alu with the possibility of getting Aegis on it.
Darkness, take you.
That's such a really, really weird attack. I wonder if I had double blocked if just nothing happened. And I went for the combust afterwards. For some reason, I bet that that actually would have worked out. I feel like it was a total bluff from our opponent. Maybe they just have a bunch of rapid shots. That's certainly possible. Okay. Ouchies. Now the good news. Feeding time, Darkveil agent. Pass the turn. Try and leave back as much blocking as I can. Our opponent's not flooding the board in the way that I thought they would. Another really weird list. It's an aggro list that's like super, super light on units right now. They've got 6 cards in hand. They haven't been just dumping a bunch of 2/2s on us. And especially with things like Stone Scar Sneak, kind of makes no sense. Torch that. What? Sure. Huh. So they're going to let us get Aegis on both of them. This is scary, though. I mean, they might just burn us out. There's probably... They just obliterate and then we lose. I'm gonna guess that's what's happening.
Darkness, take you.
Burn is really, really good against the deck that is just constantly slamming in Nightfall. So there's an incredibly high chance that that's what happens. Obliterate? It feels like an obliterate. Maybe they just have 2 more torches. Madness. Huh. Okay. This is a... I didn't know what they were doing. What a weird list. Like, super, super, super strange. Fair enough. I mean, I had no idea how to play against that, because it was just all over the place. I was expecting burn, and said they had madness. I expected units, and they just didn't play anything. It was odd. Odd game. I don't know if that was just like a awkward draw from them, or if that's just their list. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not at all what I expected, because once you play Stone Scar Sneak and Grenadin Drone, you would expect a bunch of follow-up units, and they just kind of didn't. And they, I don't know, it was just an odd game. Odd game. Alright, I was really expecting Obliterate or Torch there, and I figured I'd lose if they had it, and if they didn't, then I was in really good shape. Instead, it was Madness, so I guess I could have left back the Alu. But I need to get in damage eventually. I can't let them just sit there forever, because I'm at a low enough life total, and letting them draw extra cards off the Nightfall, that I'm going to get burned out at some point, and it seems like a really bad idea to just let them, you know, sit back and wait until they draw something like that. Alright, let's go to game 5. Odd lists. Hey, we got the Black Iron Manacles again. No way to play it, but yeah, I'll keep this. Seems interesting. We had such a great deck against the, like, our hand was so good against that last opponent. They just happened to be playing a deck that I think is really good against us, which is just Burn. Like, very, 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 very strong against the deck that's playing so much Nightfall. It's the big problem with Nightfall, honestly. That you're probably not aggressive enough to out-aggro any of the Burn decks. Playing against mid-range is a lot easier. You can handle yourself against mid-range, but giving aggro a bunch of extra cards and letting them get free damage on you by hitting yourself is generally a bad idea.
Protect me.
Eileen's Favor. I'm not sure what they're playing. Definitely sucks that they have the Eileen's Favor, though, because Black Iron Manacles
No witnesses.
is a little bit worse now. Just a touch. Kind of hoping that we can ultimate Miris Nightshade first, I suppose.
Be alive.
Daring Pioneer. What is going on with these decks? I am so confused constantly. Nothing makes sense anymore. Black Iron Manacles number 2. I haven't played the Encroaching Darkness yet either. We'll keep it.
Poison.
Important to remember that this is going to stop our first spell, though.
Breathe it in.
That was actually a really dumb move. Once again, I forget that this will actually summon Nightfall when you ultimate. Because Nyctophobia summons Night. So I should have played Shadow Sigil and then done the Nightfall next time. So this is just Elysian aggro, I guess?
Let us make bargain.
Torgov. Black Iron, grasp the Torgov. Get back to Nightfall, deal a bunch more damage. This is going to be a very close race, if we can do it. I'm really, really missing out on that Nightfall now, because it would have been really good to have with this Winter's Grasp currently. Bottom Malediction Reader. We need to play a Lu just to get Nightfall again.
Take you.
Keep the Torgov under wraps. It also blocks the 4/4. Okay. I'll take 5. I mean, I'm not super happy about it, but I think it's okay. Encroaching Darkness? That is a thing. Let's do it. We get a random Unseen. We get Nightfall so that this never gets out from under it. And, I mean, it just seems fun, so let's do it. Do I want to attack with anything? That's a heck of a question. I think I do with this. Force them to chump block with the 2/3. No? No. No chump block. Goodness. Ah, I see. Not enough. In fact, they just killed themselves. Because they take our Nightfall damage. I mean, well, that even doesn't matter. Woo! We did it! I got the 2 wins. Check it. Black Iron Manacles. That might be, like, the first Encroaching Darkness I've ever played. Actually, no, I've definitely played it before, but it's probably one of the only 5 times I've ever played it. Card's fun. There's some interesting things in this deck. I liked it. I imagine how I was confused by every deck that we played against, that our opponents were much in the same position. Like, there was a lot of decks that were very, very, very off meta in this particular episode, And I feel like they must, as frustrating as it was for me, where I'm like, I don't know how to play around this deck. What are they doing? I have no idea. Not that it's bad, but you just don't know what next to play, because you're like, well, are they going to burn me, or are they going to madness me? I have no idea what their list is. I've got to think they felt very similarly about what we were doing. This is a lot of fun, though. I would think about maybe cutting Drifting Death. I don't know if there's any other Unseen to put in. Like, I remember looking at this and not finding anything that was great. Like, maybe Lida? Maybe Lida. Or Lida, or however you say her name. Maybe Lida is okay. You could Lida possibly. Yeah, I'm not sure. Wouldn't want Duskcaller. It's still just not powerful enough. Rindra could certainly be reasonable in this, getting the Aegis. So you could play Rindra and help with the Nightfall. Rindra's really, really good, so you might just want to cut the Drifting Deaths. Put in some Rindras if you have them. It makes them factions a little bit tougher to play, but it is a very, very strong card. And then you can cut, like... I don't know what you'd cut for extra Rindras, though. You probably want to play 4. It's nice to play 4 Rindra. Could cut back on Alu, but Alu was actually very strong. It did a really good job. The 2/5 wall as a flyer is good, too. Just buys you a lot of time. I think that's a change I would make immediately. Oh, you know what I would do? Malediction Reader was... It's just so expensive. So you could probably take out some Malediction Reader and play some Rindra. I went really, really deep on the curses, but I think it's better to do it a little bit different than that. Yeah, I think that would be a pretty good change. So I would almost immediately do that, because I think that the Unseen Shenanigans is probably where you want to be going with it. I don't know that there's a spot for Lida. Probably not. It's a powerful enough effect in some ways, but it doesn't protect itself very well. I don't think it's super necessary. This deck was fun. This is an interesting list. I might try it again and see how high I can get with this thing. Something that I'm going to be trying for next week, by the way, is I'm going to be, or really next month, next season, I'm setting up a new account and I'm going to try a new series, which I'm going to call Free to Win, which it's been done in other games before, but I don't know of anybody that's doing it in this one. And that is, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a week-by-week guide on starting out a new account and then building your decks up right from the bottom and getting into, like, Masters and drafting and all that kind of stuff, and where your money is best spent, and just honestly not paying anything and seeing how far we can get in how short of a time. I want to try and get through a single season and maybe try and hit... I think that we can hit Masters, but I want to try and show if you can do that and test it out myself. So check out for that. And of course, if you can, I have a Patreon. I'd love the support there. I have a Twitch. You can subscribe to that as well. I put out all of these about like 3 days early for all of my subs and my patrons. The links are down below or even at the end of the video here. Thanks everybody for watching, and I appreciate all of the views, all the shares, all the likes. They're very, very nice. I will see you next week.